Number four way you can connect with your teenager is to do activities together. Go shopping together, eat together, go for walks together, watch a movie. And in watching movie, it doesn't necessarily have to be you who will pick the movie. Let your teenagers pick the movies, especially at the initial stage. Let them pick the movies so that you can understand what interests them. You can understand their world, all right? Much later, or you can take turns. You tell them, okay, Friday is movie nights. You pick a movie this Friday, I pick a movie next Friday, and you keep taking turns just for the fun of it, all right? That way, you guys will bond more and your connection will become stronger. Number five, be emotionally and physically present. A lot of times, teenagers always need who they can pour out their hearts to. Teenagers go through a lot, all right? Because it's a transition phase for them. They have a lot of hormonal issues. Their hormones are raging. They have a lot of insecurities. They have a lot of bullying going on around them among their peers. So they always want somebody they can confide in. They always want a safe place where they can always come to and just talk and feel safe. So be a parent that is emotionally available. And like I initially said, don't ever consider their challenges as insignificant, all right? Because whatever it is they're going through at that particular point in time, you may see that it is really no big deal because you are an adult and from experience, you know that these things will pass naturally or that these things are part of life. But you cannot minimize their pain, all right? At that particular point in time, it is a big deal to them, so you have to respect that fact. You have to comfort them. You have to have a listening ear and a shoulder to cry on. Hug them. Tell them you love them all the time, all right? It will help increase the bond, and your children will always come to you for emotional support. Number 6 is to be flexible, all right? Remember that the teenage is a time where your teenager is trying to discover himself or herself, is trying to build an identity away from you. So there's going to be a lot of them wanting to declare their independence. That's when it usually comes off as if they are being rebellious or they are being difficult. So as a parent, allow them express their independence, all right? Because they are not going to be children forever and they are not going to stay with you forever. So it's a wonderful opportunity for you to begin to guide them on how to take decisions. So you allow them express their opinions so that they believe that their opinions count. You allow them make certain decisions for them. And when the consequences of those decisions are not favorable, teach them how to bounce back from pain. Teach them how to fail forward. Teach them how to bounce back from disappointment. Be a parent that will always be there to guide your teenagers through. Number 7, which is last but not least, refrain from using threats. Now, when you begin to threaten your teenager, you begin to come on so harshly, so strongly, one thing it will do is make the situation worse. They will do everything to avoid you. They will become rebellious at some point in time because, like I said, it is a period where they are trying to enforce their independence, all right? So when you begin to threaten them, a lot of times they go the other way, all right? So instead of threats, what you can do is set clear rules and consequences together with them, all right? Sit them down and you guys should set these rules together. That way you're making them believe, you're making them feel that their opinions count. And because they are part of the decision-making process, trust me, they will break the rules less often, all right? Because number one, the rules are implanted in them. They are not likely going to forget easily. And because they were a part of the consequence making process, they will want to avoid all of that. And it doesn't come off as though you're being wicked. They were part of it and they agreed to these consequences. So it will solidify your relationships. And even if they have to face these consequences, they are not facing it out of rebellion. They're not facing it grudgingly, all right? And your relationship still remains intact. So, thank you so much for staying tuned to the end. Please kindly subscribe to this channel so that you can continue to get more of such parenting tips to make your parenting journey easier.